Hello, Kevin Richards here with Thomas All Things Automotive. Taking some time today to show you a really beautiful 2014 Ford F-150 Super Crew FX4 package truck. This truck is sharp. It stands out in the crowd. The FX4 package is one of Ford's most popular packages. Comes loaded with options, loaded with style. I'm going to point out a couple of differences for those of you that may not know the difference between an FX4 package and a 2014 model or not. A couple of things you get. First of all, you get a black lower and a blacked out center grille. You get dark reflected lenses or smoked headlamps from factory, both right and left. You also get some fog lights. You got high intensity headlamps there. They black out the tow hooks as well. They want to get that kind of offsetting black look to the front end. When we roll around here to the side, the next thing you'll notice with the FX package that's different is you get a kind of a carbon gray 18-inch wheel here. You'll only find this wheel on the FX4 as well. It's on Pirelli tires right now. Very great tread depth, probably about 7, 8, 30 seconds. We also have a resurfaced rotor. It has a nice thick brake pad. One thing we do here at Thomas, we do a used car mechanical check sheet on all our vehicles. You can find that report signed off by the mechanic to perform the work, be in the glove box of all the vehicles. Just a way for our customers to know that the vehicles are mechanically sound and to hold us accountable for that. Now we're looking at the passenger side. As you can see, you have 2 sport bucket seats. You have a full floor console with a floor shifter. You do have a power passenger seat, as well as, if you can zoom in on the door there, as you can see, you have the premium Sony sound system on this truck. You can look at that a couple of different ways, but they put the Sony on the door speakers so you know that it does have the premium sound. We'll continue back here. Another thing before we jump into the rear, FX4 gives you the 5-inch flat, again, that kind of carbon gray look to the running board. Kind of matches the wheels. So that's another thing that you get with the FX package. Now we're looking here at the rear, and of course it's a crew cab model, so you have all kinds of leg room, hip and shoulder room for your rear passengers. Extremely spacious cabin on this crew cab. Also, you can see maybe on the floor you have all-weather mats. These are Ford factory all-weather mats. It's nice to keep the vehicle clean, keep the slush and water in its place. So it's another thing that you have there. Going to work our way back here. I want to just show you the rear tire as well, just to show you it's a matching Scorpion, about 7, 30 seconds. You also have that same graphite coated wheel and resurfaced rear pad and rotor as well. A couple options that this vehicle has that doesn't come with the FX4 besides the badging. It does have factory mud flaps front and rear. We do have a soft tonneau cover, Velcro roll up on the bed. So a couple little options that the previous owner put on, which is nice. Continue around to the back. As you can see, you have a Class 3 hitch. Got your wiring harness here for your 4- and 7-way trailer plug adapters. Got your ultrasound park sense rear sensors, along with your rear view vision camera. So keep you from bumping into anything. We're going to go ahead and, actually we have it locked, but I wanted to pull it down to show you. This is the short bed. No, this is the long bed, 157-inch wheelbase. So it is the biggest bed, which is nice if you need a little more room to store. We're going to look here again, show you matching Pirelli scuff-free wheel. Actually, it might be a little scrape right there on the edge, but nice matching Scorpion tire. Now, this has the 3.5-liter V6 EcoBoost engine, very fuel-efficient engine, rated for 15 to 19, but I can tell you that you can actually get about 22, 23 miles a gallon on the highway out of this if you're empty. Really a fuel-efficient vehicle. Just took a look at the driver's side rear passenger area just to show you it's like the rest, free of any rips or tears. Also wanted to tell you this vehicle is odorless. The previous owner was not a smoker. So if you have any allergens or if that's something that deters you from a vehicle, you don't have to worry about that with this vehicle. Next part of this, I want to just kind of show you all the options this truck has. It's loaded up so you can really get an idea of the luxury that's inside this cabin. Also want to show you what it's like to be behind the wheel. First, we're going to start on the door, and there's a couple of things. You have your typical, window lockout switches, power window switches, power lock switches, power mirror switches, but you also have power fold-in mirrors, which is a nice little option that comes with this FX4. So you do have a trailer style mirror here, and you can actually fold that in power-wise. Another thing before I jump in on this power seat, as you can see, you have 2 memory options. So this vehicle does have memory seating. It's tied in with the key fob, driver 1, driver 2. It'll allow you to, it'll adjust the seat, it'll adjust your steering wheel, it can adjust the radio settings, whatever you like there to your preferences. One more thing I want to show you because it's easier on this side is this vehicle also has power pedals, power adjustable pedals. That switch control was right there on the side. Now let me go ahead and jump in and show you what it's like to be behind the wheel of this truck. Kind of show you what the display looks like. Also going to go over the controls. All right, so as you can see here, once the Ford logo goes away, we need gas. But besides gas, it has 25,082 miles. So it just crossed over 25,000 miles. Over here is your headlamp switch. As you see, you have an auto setting right there, which is nice for set it and forget it. Here's your interior dimmer switches, so you can change your lighting there. Stem switch on the left is for your high beams and your turn signals, as well as your front washers and wipers. On the display here, this control panel with the confirmation button in the center correlates to the in-vehicle display screen here in the center of the cluster. You'll also notice with the FX package, you do get a whole different gauge cluster as well, as you can see with the FX logo there in the center. Cruise control buttons are below your EVIC control pad. To the right is your audio controls on your steering wheel, as well as your Bluetooth controls. Now, going over here is your shift on the fly 4-wheel drive transfer case. Down below that is your integrated from factory trailer brake controller. Now this vehicle has the big touch screen, 8.4-inch screen from Ford. You may also notice you have that same carbon gray insert here on the console. So they try to give that a little bit of FX graphite type carbon look is what you get in here on this interior bezel. Now as you can see, you have 4 quadrants on the touch screen. The top left is trying to connect to a phone, and there's not a phone around, so that's why the spinning wheel. The right is the navigation screen. This vehicle does have navigation, so you can just click on that. I'll show you the map view. There you can see it, factory nav. Now, if we want to go back to that quadrant, we can hit this home button right here. That'll bring us back. So we know the right is to pair our phone. The left, excuse me, the top right quadrant is our navigation. The lower right quadrant is our audio controls. This vehicle has AM, FM, as well as Sirius XM and a single disc CD player, so we can operate that in the lower left quadrant. On the lower right hand quadrant here, you'll see a bunch more buttons. This is actually your climate control. I'm going to go into that. What I wanted to show you is this vehicle has heated and cooled seats, 3 different settings here. So there is your heated seat, and we can turn that off, and then once we turn that off, you have your cooled seat down here below. So you know, heated and cooled seats on both sides, really a nice little feature there. And then passenger as well, there you see your automatic temperature settings, and like I say, anytime you want to go back, just hit home. Down below are some controls. If you don't like the touch screen, you can operate all those features I just showed you with the dials, buttons, and switches you see here. Down below that, you have your full console, where I already went over the shifter some. I did want to show you, you have a manual adjustment. If you bring it down into M, manual adjustment, you can pick any of the gears with this lever right here. 2 big cup holders. Show you the console. As you can see, you have a little side tray, which is removable. You take that out, and there's where you'll find your nav card insertion, your RCA cable input for video display, your auxiliary audio input. You'll find your USB input. You'll find another 12-volt power supply. So everything you need to stay connected, you'll find right there in your center console. Back below, 2 more rear cup holders for your rear passengers. There's also cup holders and door pockets in here, so you have all kinds of space to keep your stuff. I'm going to go ahead and pop the hood here and let you see what the EcoBoost engine looks like. Hood release is right on the A-pillar there. Alright, you've got gas struts to hold your hood up, no prop rod needed. As you can see, 3.5 liter EcoBoost twin turbo engine, gives you all kinds of power. Actually has more horsepower and torque than the 302 5.0 V8 engine. And it's slightly more efficient. So excellent engine by Ford. It's had a great reputation. It's held up great. This vehicle's out here with this engine that have 150, 200 plus miles, and they're doing great. Free of any exhaust leaks, free of any fluid leaks, clean battery terminal. Just ticking away, nice quiet engine. Just what you would expect with the 2014 model. But I just like people to be able to look and see what it's like underneath the hood. Next part of this video, I'm just going to go around real quick, do a quick walk around, show you any minor imperfections this vehicle may have. Before I do that, I do want to say it shows no history of any prior paint work. Also, it has a clean auto check history report, one owner, so it should be nice and clean. But I'm sure there's a few small imperfections, and we'll see if we can't point those out right now. If I see something, I'll let you know. Try to get in the right light to pick up any small dents we may have, but looks pretty good here so far on the door. Looks like there's one little stone chip right there. Looks like it might have already been touched up as well. Rear door looks dent-free and chip-free, as best I can tell. Back to bedside, see if we got anything there. Looks pretty clean, actually. I don't see any dents there. I did notice back here on this protective plastic cover, which, darn it, I still didn't bring the keys. I wanted to drop that down. You can see there is a ding, dent, kind of gouge there. Somebody must have had the tailgate down, bumped into something. So you do have that little bit of damage there. We do have a stone chip right there and a scuff right there. Top dead center, lower center on the tailgate. You'll get a lot of little nicks a lot of times in the tailgate of a truck. Because people use a truck for truck things. Sometimes they bump into stuff. Looks like a little tiny scratch right there. A couple little cluster of stone chips right in there. Looks like maybe another little stone chip right there. Very minor. Looking really for dents more than anything else. White is so hard to pick that up, but I do not see anything. Up the driver or passenger side, all looks well. Continue up to the passenger fender. Also is looking good. Now we are going to have some stone chips. You can pretty much see them. Most of them are going to be in this lower portion here. Some have been touched up, some haven't. Can't get away from it. You're going to have them. All vehicles are going to have them as soon as you drive them off the lot. But as you can see, a few stone chips kind of pan around there. Got a couple more on this upper piece, little one there. It's been touched up. Then just scan across the top of the hood, which actually, if I don't get in the camera's way, looks pretty good. The top part of the hood as well looks great. It's pretty much your lower bumper areas where you're going to find your chips. So there you have it, guys. Sharp truck, loaded with equipment, great price, great value, excellent reputation, great engine, good efficiency. Pretty much everything you would want. Long bed, so you can carry a lot of your cargo. So I don't believe this truck will be here too long. The ones we've had just like it prior have always turned pretty quick. So I urge you, if you're interested, to please give us a call. You can reach out to us at 717-485-4224, or you can look us up or email us on the web on our website, www.thomasata.com. Again, thank you for your time today. My name is Kevin, and have a great day.